Perfect. Hi, I'm Fabiana Jordan. I take business classes at Cambridge College. Today we'll talk about particular paradigm shifts in e-commerce. So I'd like to introduce you to Lara. Lara has worked at Converse for the last
2 years.
The last 2 years as the director of e-commerce marketing. And now she is the commerce marketing director of Nike Global Store. So tell us about your experience in e-commerce and what challenges you have experienced in the company and also the industry that you are.
Sure. So e-commerce is an evolving channel for marketing. And over the last 10 years, there have been drastic changes within how online marketing has evolved, has come about, and what is successful now is very, very different than what was successful 5 years ago or even 2 years ago. In my experience, originally I started out as a code writer, so I used to basically develop websites, and search engine optimization and e-commerce marketing didn't really exist back then. In fact, e-commerce barely existed, and this was only 10 years ago, and it was a very new thing. Within websites being developed and e-commerce coming about, there was this need to rank higher and higher on the search engines. And at that time, it wasn't just Google. There was a number of different search engines, and there wasn't necessarily one strong player. The way you ranked at the beginning was by certain things that you would code in. So that's how I got started in online marketing, is because the website had to be built a certain way for you to rank, and that's really what determined if you were first on a search result or you were 10th. As through the years, that got more competitive, because what people would do is they would code in what we call key terms. Those are the terms that consumers type into the search engines, and they would develop their websites based on key terms that weren't necessarily relevant to their websites, but they knew it would get them a lot of traffic because they were high search terms. So Google became a little more important, and Google decided, we're going to only offer the best results, the best search results of any key term that's typed in. As that happened, then they started realizing that they needed the algorithm, the computers that determined, the calculations that determined where someone ranked, had to discount those people that were sort of trying to be relevant for certain search terms where they were. So this evolved into content, and content writers actually became a new field within e-commerce marketing. And still today, we have many, many content writers that we use at Converse and at Nike who just write about products or write about running or women's sports or whatever, basketball. And this is so that the search engines, and Google in particular, realizes that the content on your page should be very relevant to what you are trying to go after in the search terms. Exactly. So I came into the field through the beginning, and then developed through what we call SEO, search engine optimization, which is your on-site content.
Okay.
Then, as that was being developed, we had SEM being developed, which is search engine marketing. And that is where you're sort of paying to have traffic. It's not organic, it's not natural traffic. People are typing in a term, they click on a search result, they come to your site. SEM is more of a paid marketing. Most people use that term to refer to more paid marketing, whereas SEO is more organic marketing, which is natural search. So within the paid marketing aspect, you have pay-per-click, which is basically you're bidding on key terms to have people come to the site, and then that developed. So over the last 10 years, you've had then PPC come up. Media display, those sort of annoying banners that appear anytime that you're on other websites after you visited one particular website. They sort of follow you a little bit. That's media display, and that's online marketing, and that's how we sort of say, well, we think you might be a consumer of ours. You think you're interested in our products. You've told us so because you've come to our site and you've browsed and you've engaged. Maybe you've purchased. So we want to show you our next product. We want to show you what we have that you might be interested in. So that's media display marketing. And that developed over the years as a need to reach out to consumers. We also have affiliate marketing, so you may be saying, oh, I want to buy these pair of sneakers, but I'd like to get them at a better price. And so these are the types of channels that we advertise in, that we might say, oh, if you come here and use this promo code, you'll get free shipping. And that's to encourage you to purchase, and that's affiliate marketing. And there's some other like comparison shopping engines where you might go to Google and you type in Google product, we may come up there. So it's all these different channels now that have developed. And I think the shift in e-commerce marketing has really been the diversity of marketing. Meaning that at the beginning, it was only what you would put on your own site, your own website, your content. Now, that's like a 50-50. Now that's only half of the traffic you get. The other half of the traffic is paid traffic, or it's referrals, meaning that you may love sneakers, you write a blog about sneakers, you are what we call a sneakerhead.
But actually don't buy it.
No, you do. You might be a very authentically, you love sneakers and interested, so you may be following the new Kobe Bryant sneaker that comes out. And you're writing about it and you're saying Nike's launching this great Kobe sneaker, and here's the page that tells all about the Kobe sneaker, and you will link from your site to our site to show your subscribers and your followers more information, because you're serving your followers by doing that. Well, you're also helping Nike, because we then become more authentic. Our page becomes more authentic for that search term, because other people are telling their followers to come to us.
Marketing online.
Yes, exactly. And Google recognizes that. So a part of the algorithm is saying, who's talking about you? What are they saying you're about? So if you have a site and you sell baskets, but yet you say you sell baskets because the content on your site says that, but yet other people are talking about Ferraris and linking to your site, Google gets confused and they say, I don't really know what you're about, and they'll maybe drop you completely off the ranking because it's a little fishy. But if we sell sneakers, we talk about sneakers, and then you independently aren't involved with us, and you're talking about sneakers and you're linking to us, Google says, oh, okay, check. You're really about what you say you're about, and you move up a little bit in those search rankings. So that's called native content. And native content is very, very important right now, because it really shows authenticity. Now, as always, people try to manipulate the system. So they will pay people to write
good things
about your products and link to you. Most importantly, linking. They want that link in to pass that page rank and that authenticity. So Google tries very hard to to distinguish what is real and what is paid and what is not necessarily real. So the paradigm of shift is definitely with trying to keep up with the algorithm, trying to be relevant for e-commerce marketing where your consumers live. And what that means is that if my demographic of consumers, so at Converse, I really had a lot of loyalists to the brand who were, say, teenage females. That's not all of our demographic. We had a huge demographic, but there was a large demographic for teenage females who lived in the social space. So then you sort of say, okay, do I need to be a presence on Tumblr, on Instagram, on Pinterest? Where do I need to live? Is Facebook still trending with this particular demographic, or am I targeting a completely different demographic in this space? So the shift has been going from what I'm saying on my own site to what I'm now saying on this site, in this space, in this space, and in this space. And along with that, it's been consumer segments. So saying you might live over here in this space, but your mother may be on Facebook, your grandfather may be over here, and your little brother may be over here. So it's really determining how to market, where to market, and to who you're marketing to now.
So social media has been a really important thing for you to demograph and identify specific targets?
Absolutely. We can, through social, especially through Facebook, we can filter our messages to particular demographics because we have the data to do that. So it's very possible. At Converse, we have the second largest Facebook following of any brand globally. We have 40 million Facebook followers. So for us, it's very important that we know who we're speaking to because with so many global followers, we need to know how to speak to those individual segments because obviously that spans huge amounts of demographic data.
Interesting. Now, as a last question, where is e-commerce heading?
E-commerce is heading to, it appears, to more of a micro segmentation. So what we used to say is let me market to you and let me show you, present products to you based on the fact that you are 25 to 30 years old and maybe you're a male and you live in New York City. So if I present a product on the site to you or a banner on the site, it's going to be for a 25 to 30-year-old male who lives in New York City. If I put a banner on social media, if I put a media display banner on rollingstone.com to appear when you go there, it's going to be all for that demographic. Where we're going now is micro-segmentation. So now it will be a 25 to 30-year-old male who lives in a certain zip code that shows me maybe income level, that has friends on Facebook that like certain things that are maybe of a certain income level, so we can verify that, that maybe drives a certain car because we know sort of your likes and dislikes based on all of the things you engage with online that we have data for. It may be that you are involved with certain groups or certain types of activities. And so it's that micro segmentation. So now we say, we're not just marketing to you or presenting products to you based on age and where you live and
Such
gender.
a personalized marketing.
Yes, it's
According
very
to your specific
personalized
needs.
because we don't want to give you things you're not interested in. We don't want to show you something. We don't want to show you a hiking boot when you live in Miami.
Yeah.
But also maybe that you've never shown interest in hiking ever, but you've only shopped running. So if you've only shopped running sneakers and accessories, why am I wasting your time? I don't want to waste your time. And I don't want to spend money and budget unnecessarily. So I'm going to show you what you've already told me that you're interested in. And I think that's where e-commerce is going and e-commerce marketing is going. And that includes on-site. So when you come to the site, that banner will be there that shows running. Those sneakers at the top of that grid wall will show running. Your emails that you receive will show running. Media display banners will show running. And the things that we present to you will be about what we know that you've told us you're about.
And technology gives us that opportunity right now.
Technology does for sure, and also the interconnectivity of different channels. So with the conglomerates owning different companies, so we have that data. So if one company owns 10 major online retailers, all of that data is in one place because it's one company essentially for what we call a CRM. A CRM is a database that includes all the consumer data.
Customer relationship management.
Yes, absolutely. So CRMs are now not micro-based. CRMs are macro-based. So I might even be on a certain marketing platform that shares with another company, and I might be able to use that data based on the relationship that I have with that company and based on what you've allowed us to do when you've signed up. You know, the little check boxes when you signed up for email. It said, can we share this with our partners? Well, that partner may be a multi-billion-dollar company that owns 20 other companies. So then all of that data gets shared so that we can speak to you more appropriately. So it's technology, but it's also permissions, and it's privacy allowances. It's the whole system working together.
Thank you so much, Lara. I
Yes.
totally forgot your last name. That's
Roberts?
why. Lara Roberts.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you.